Hi everyone, this is Vanessa and I'm here with Heather today. And she's here to share her story with us and tell us a little bit about herself. Excuse me. So Heather, tell me what word you chose for the project.
I chose the word brave.
Can you tell us why you chose that word?
Yes. I thought about a lot of different words that would definitely apply to me. I am strong, I'm determined, I'm a lot of things, but brave stands out the most to me. I deal with a very unique and kind of odd disease that affects every minute of my life. And in order to overcome that, you have to be brave. The disease is called, well, it's a condition called trigeminal neuralgia, which is a really big word that basically means pain, for lack of better terms. It's the most painful condition known to mankind. It hurts worse than being shot. It hurts worse than being stabbed. It has the nickname, the suicide disease is the nickname of this condition because so many people cannot deal with the unrelenting pain and there's very little you can do.
Is it pain all over your body?
It's actually my face. Oh. It is. The trigeminal nerve starts right here and it spreads out and actually to 3 places, which is where the tri comes into it. It goes like this, so it comes down and it comes here and it comes across here. And I actually have an unusual that it's both sides of my face. Normally it's one side or the other, and so I have bilateral, which means it's on both sides. And
double the pain.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The pain flares can last up to 15 seconds for a little tiny little things, just kind of being poked or stabbed for just a moment. So a lot of times you'll see me, I'll catch my breath and you won't even notice I'm in pain. It's just me breathing. Other times it can last up to 18 hours. There's a lot of triggers. Noise is a big trigger, which means I can no longer attend the worship services at church, for example, because the noise is too much. Cold air blowing on your face when you walk into the grocery store is enough to make me sit on the floor and cry. It's very, very intense. And in order to make sure that my kids have a normal life, that my husband has a normal life, that all the things that we do for the community and for kids in the community are what we need to do, I basically have to breathe through and pretend it's not happening. That's the only way to really get through it. And that requires bravery.
Right, exactly.
So that was the word I stuck with, because that's what affects me. You know, a lot of things in our past and in our stories, they affect us in one way or another every day, but this is something that affects me most every minute of every day.
I'm sure it does.
So for me to be tough and fake it till I make it constantly, that requires some bravery, I think.
Do you have some kind of mechanisms that you use to help yourself that you can share with us in case there's other women going through the same thing?
I'm actually, I'm a dorky sports nut. I don't really look like a tomboy, but I'm a dorky sports nut, and when one of my favorite sports movies, a baseball movie, this pitcher, he was trying to block out the crowd so that he could focus, so that he could pay attention to what matters, and he does this thing in his head, he closes his eyes, he says, clear the mechanism, clear it, just empty your brain, just everything goes away and focus and breathe. So I kind of combine that with labor breathing.
Oh,
I've given birth a couple of times to some rather large babies. My youngest, he was a 2-foot long, 10-pound, 8-ounce preemie.
Oh my goodness.
And so, yes, labor breathing is something I'm good at. So when it comes to any kind of pain management, we remember those times, but we forget that really was effective.
That's true.
So to have a focus point, or focus on clearing everything, whatever your focus is, and then doing the labor breathing slowly, focusing on the breathing and not on the pain is enough to get if you get your head in the right place, it's a lot easier to block out the pain and to function better.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's a baseball trick, but it works. It works in real life too.
I'm gonna have to try it.
It works in real life too, for sure. So I can take medication, but the amount I would have to take for it to really make an effect would mean I wouldn't be able to drive. It continually keeps me dizzy. The doctors kept saying that it wouldn't, that after a while you get used to it. I never did, months upon months. And so being a carpooling, constantly taking children places, Mom, I need to be able to drive, I need to be able to function, my kids need to come first, and so medication is just not an answer for me. So breathing and praying and clearing the mechanism, those are my
the most effective.
Yeah. The most for me.
And everything is different for everybody, so that's great.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then you don't have to do the medicine side of things either.
Yeah, I don't want to start medication now. I'm not young anymore. I'll be 40 soon, but I'm relatively young. I hope to have a long life, and I don't want to spend it medicated at every moment. That's not my goal.
I don't blame you.
So.
Got too much to do
Yeah.
and too much to live.
I do have too much to do.
Just live life, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to share about yourself with us? And any other reasons you chose brave, or is that the main reason?
I think that I've been brave most of my life. I've had some moments where not so much cowering fear, but cowering within myself and not trying to stand up for myself became my go-to, and I'm not very proud of those years because I've realized that you can't prevent everything from happening to you, but you can prevent how you let things affect you. You can affect a change in your own life, but you have to make a choice with that. And I've been through, an abusive marriage. I've been through financial horrors down to having nothing, months with no power, months with no water, no food for me. We've been through a lot of things, but being brave and saying that this is not going to be who I am, this is not going to define me. I'm not treasure owner out there, and I'm not a single mom, which I'm not anymore. Finally, not a single mom now. But for the many years, being a single mom did not define me. Being poor or destitute didn't define me. Having this condition doesn't define me. And overcoming your fears, whether it's fear of I have no idea how I'm going to keep my house next month, or a fear of medication or of someone hurting you, you can't let that be what defines who you are. So I've always been something, people call me a tough cookie. Because I'm very determined.
I can agree with that.
I'm very determined. My kids are my world, and I don't have time for anything else to be in the world. So.
Well, you've said a lot of words that do describe you, and brave. I think that is the best one. You're a very brave woman.
I try to be.
So thank you for sharing that. I'm sure there's someone out there that might be going through a lot of those experiences. And using your mechanisms might be able to help them get through in all of those situations.
So.
Before we go, could you tell us something you can do today that you couldn't or you wouldn't do before you did this project?
I think that one thing that stands out a lot with this project, now I am married to a very sweet, loving man. We're 2 years into this marriage he is also a brave person. 2 years ago he was a bachelor, a 28-year-old bachelor.
Yeah.
And became a father of 6 within a year.
Oh.
Because I brought 2 children to the family, and then within a year we had taken in 4 more. And now the 2 oldest have moved out, but we still have 4 at home. We have 2 middle schoolers and 2 high schoolers.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, so he is also brave. But he's very sweet, he's very loving, and he's definitely a very affectionate person. But even if he tells me that he thinks I'm pretty, or that, I'm the only one that he sees, I don't feel those words. I appreciate those words, but they're not really, I don't know, that's not how I look at myself.
Mm-hmm.
I see the chubby girl next door, I'm that mom, I'm that youth leader, I'm a lot of things, but beautiful is not one of those
That's
words.
what a lot of women do.
Yeah. I see my flaws. I see that I'm 40 with pimples, and why am I 40 with pimples?
I have to use that as a topic.
Exactly. I see the pimples and the wrinkles and the scars head to toe, and I see bruises aren't even there anymore from so many years of dealing with a lot of struggles. But beauty is not a word I would ever use to describe myself. And just spending even 30 minutes here doing the photography, and Jennifer just talking to me and telling me how beautiful I was. And with every shot, she had something encouraging to say. And to have another woman who we are so unkind to each other, we are so judgmental of each other, far more than men are. But to have another woman who is gorgeous, looking me in the face and trying to tell me that she thinks I'm beautiful, that made a difference. That was the first time I've ever actually felt beautiful. And the dress that I wore in the pictures actually made me feel a little, I told her Marilyn Monroe, let's get it flow just a little bit. And she actually let me take my dress home with me because I just felt so beautiful, I didn't want to take it off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I've just, and I've been the blushing bride, and I'm sure I've had some moments of beauty. I think we all have, but
it really brought your beauty out.
Yeah, it really made me feel like I was more special than I've ever considered myself to be. So
that's wonderful.
So that's what I would say that different today. Because I can look at that picture and I made it my profile picture on Facebook. And
That's right.
the youth kids, we have all these youth kids who follow me on Instagram, because we're youth leaders, and they were all saying, "Mama, you look so pretty. Mama, you look so gorgeous," and that felt special too. So it might be a while before I change that picture.
I don't blame you. Put up for a long, long time.
Exactly.
Okay, and one last question. Sorry. I know for a lot of people it's very nerve-wracking to come on the video, to do the picture, to just do it, any of this, be a part of the project. What can you tell other models and other women to make them feel more comfortable about coming and doing this?
I would say that you are braver than you think you are, and that this is not a scary or intimidating process. I was pretty nervous. I don't photograph well. I don't want to see my wrinkles on a picture, and I don't want to see my chubby face. That's not how I think about myself. But by coming and allowing someone else to show me the beauty in me, that is more important than the little bit of insecurities that I had. And I brought one of my youth girls here, and I tag people constantly saying, "You need to do this. You have got to do this. You need to see how beautiful I think that you are, and how beautiful the people around you see you." So I've been encouraging friends nonstop on social media.
Yes.
And listen, this
Get the word out.
Yes.
The more we empower each other, the
Exactly. Because if you can't see for yourself how special you are, you need to allow other people to do that for you. And I think that's one of the purposes of this project. And that's what gets me excited, is just knowing that one of the models from last month was a young girl that I just love dearly. And I see the beauty shine through her eyes. I mean, she has a gorgeous face, beautiful body, but through her eyes, I've always seen so much beauty. And for her to see that on paper in that magazine and get to know that this is me. I am not just this girl. I am beautiful, and I am special. I am so many things beyond just what I see in the mirror every morning. That matters to me. So that's what I hope other people will do. Come and be brave.
Come and be brave. I agree. Well, thank you so much, Heather. I really enjoyed talking to you, and thanks for sharing your story with everyone. Thanks for being with us, everyone. I am Vanessa, and I am strong.
And I'm Heather. I am brave.